What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a very special episode of ezBUCKETz. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. In today's video, we're going to be talking about something that I guarantee you guys are going to love. We're going to be talking about some realistic Los Angeles Lakers trades. We are approaching the NBA trade deadline soon, and when it comes to the Lakers, all Laker fans out there want the Lakers to make a big crazy trade. They want Bradley Beal, they want Zach LaVine, they want DeMar DeRozan, but for this video, we're not going to be talking about the superstars. We're going to be talking about the more realistic players, the more realistic role players that I believe would help the Lakers win the championship this year. If you look at the Lakers roster right now, I'll be honest, they don't really need to make a move, but with the Lakers claiming that this season, they're not going to sit back and do nothing. They're going to be aggressive. I wouldn't be surprised if even a small trade goes down. So if you're a big Lakers fan and want to know some small trades that they can make to make them better, you're going to love this video. But quickly, before I get out of the video, I just want to say, if you're new to the channel and love basketball, welcome to ezBUCKETz. My name is Soom and I make basketball videos every single day. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and click this button right here, the post notification bell, to not miss any of my upcoming videos. If you watched this video and you loved it, be sure to smash that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. It would help out the channel a lot. But without wasting any more time, let's talk about some realistic Lakers trades.
You know, one of the things you're always doing in the front office is you're running scenarios just to be prepared. You know, I've said at the beginning of the season, sometimes it feels like a grand chess game, and you want to study the moves and study what other teams are doing. And so we're always doing that. But at the same time, you don't want to tinker or change something that's working extraordinarily well. And so we'll be mindful of that too. We do have one open roster spot right now that at some point in the season will probably get use. We wanted to use the first, third to really see where the holes are or the needs are. But that's definitely a tool at some point that'll come into play. And, then you were talking about the trade deadline too. You never know what may come your way. And so we're preparing in advance for that just to make sure we're doing all we can to defend the title.
This interview alone proves that this season, the Lakers and Rob Pelinka, they're going to be aggressive and make at least one move. The Lakers know that right now, having one of the best rosters in the NBA, they must use this opportunity and seize it. As I make this video, the Lakers have a record of 15 wins to 6, which ranks them as the second best in the Western Conference behind the Clippers. And if the Lakers want to end up being the first seed in the NBA and in the Western Conference, solidifying their depth is something they're looking forward to right now. During this past offseason, we all know what the Lakers did. They made some amazing moves. They were able to get Montrezl Harrell, they were able to get Dennis Schroeder, and they were able to get Marc Gasol. The Lakers' depth already is amazing. But a very important virtue in life is that even though you're at the top, there's always room for improvement and there's always room to get better, and I believe the Lakers are in that exact same situation right now. And with so many NBA teams right now getting better, aka the Brooklyn Nets getting James Harden, the Lakers also have to make sure they get better as well. For this video, I have 5 realistic trade scenarios that I believe would help the Lakers and improve their roster without giving up a lot of depth. Just keep in mind that for this video, there will not be any superstars such as Bradley Beal or Zach LaVine. We're only going to be talking about role players that can assist the Lakers in a minimal role that will impact them a long way. The first player on this list is the Lakers getting Derrick Rose from the Pistons, and Derrick Rose joining the Lakers has been a very popular opinion for some time now. When talking about Derrick Rose this year, he's averaging 14.2 points, 1.9 rebounds, 4.2 assists, 1.2 steals, and is still the 6th man behind DeLon Wright for the Pistons rotation. With Derrick Rose currently in his final year of his contract of a $7 million deal with the Pistons, Derrick Rose already made it clear to Detroit that he will not be re-signing a contract extension, which means the Pistons are put in a position where they must try to trade him right now for the best assets possible. The Lakers are already one of the best offensive teams in the NBA, but having a backup player off the bench like Derrick Rose, who is an MVP candidate player, who is an NBA leader and veteran, wouldn't be a bad idea, as it will instantly make your depth better. What I truly love about this scenario is that Derrick Rose, for one, will get an opportunity to go for an NBA championship, which we Derrick Rose fans want for him, and also he won't have to play 20 plus minutes. He can play 15 minutes off the bench and just be impactful in it. I believe if the Lakers can offer up Alex Caruso and their 2023 second round pick, I believe that would be enough for the Pistons to accept. We've seen it before where the Pistons gave up Andre Drummond for a bunch of second round picks, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did the exact same thing for Derrick Rose, because they're gonna lose it for nothing if they don't make a trade. The Lakers will still have the same starting lineup of Dennis Schroeder, KCP, LeBron, AD, and Marc Gasol, but imagine having Derrick Rose, Kuzma, and Montrezl Harrell come off the bench. The Lakers would have some crazy depth. The next player on this list is Hassan Whiteside of the Sacramento Kings, and he's a very popular opinion for the Lakers if they're looking for a third big man off the bench behind Montrezl Harrell and Marc Gasol. We're talking about the Lakers right now, and an area that we all believe they can get better at is definitely at their interior defending. They need a big man that can protect the rim at an efficient high level. When talking about the best shot blockers in the league, Hassan Whiteside is definitely at the top 5 on that list. And when talking about his situation right now with the Kings, he's not happy there. He's the third big man behind Richaun Holmes and Marvin Bagley, and NBA analysts are beginning to think that Hassan Whiteside will be requesting a trade very soon. With him being on a 1-year minimum contract, I believe a lot of teams will love Hassan Whiteside, and the Lakers are one of them. If the Lakers can offer Markieff Morris and their 2023 second round pick, I believe that should be enough for the Kings to accept, as they'll be getting a second round future pick instead of losing Hassan Whiteside for nothing in this upcoming offseason. On the Lakers' perspective, they'll be getting a dominant shot blocker who actually led the league in blocks last year of 2.9, getting him at such a cheap price, which in my opinion is a low risk but high reward deal. Hassan Whiteside to the Lakers, what do you guys think about that? The next player that I believe the Lakers could trade for is Wayne Ellington, currently of the Pistons, and I believe he'll be a great veteran experienced player the Lakers wouldn't mind having coming off the bench. When talking about Wayne Ellington, over his 12 years in the NBA, he's been on 9 NBA teams, which means he has a lot of experience, a lot of basketball IQ, and knows the basketball game at a high level. Wayne Ellington is in that conversation of the best teammates in the NBA, and when asked about Wayne, everybody that played with him claims to love him. In the 13 games this season that Wayne Ellington has played with the Pistons, he's averaging 12.9 points, shooting a total of 52% at the 3-point line. He's in the top 5 at 3-point shooting and has made a total of 44 3-point shots in the 85 that he's taken. Wayne Ellington is a very efficient 3-point shooter. We all know this, the best players to surround LeBron James with are 3-point shooters, and if Wayne Ellington can come to the Lakers on a very cheap trade, it wouldn't be a bad idea having a knockdown dead-eye shooter off the bench behind KCP. If the Lakers can offer up Alfonso McKinney and a second round pick, I believe that would be a deal the Pistons will accept, as right now Wayne Ellington is a sell high value. Over his 12 seasons in the NBA, Wayne has 0 NBA championships, and playing for the Lakers, he might just get his first. The next player on this list is David Nwaba of the Houston Rockets, and I believe he'll be a great option for the Lakers if they're looking for more of a defensive perimeter defender. Earlier during the season, when the Houston Rockets had a lot of drama with James Harden, a lot of the Houston Rockets players weren't playing due to COVID, David Nwaba actually proved himself and established himself to the NBA world how good he could actually be if he gets some decent minutes. From what he's shown us so far, he is a 3-and-D player that is very efficient on the perimeter. He's averaging 1.3 steals per game right now. With the Lakers being one of the best defensive teams in the NBA, adding more defense wouldn't be a bad idea, as David Nwaba is a young player still wanting to prove himself in the NBA, still wanting a good contract. Right now with the Rockets focusing on their future with John Wall, Oladipo, Eric Gordon, Ben McLemore, and Jae'Sean Tate, David Nwaba fell out of the rotation when everybody came back healthy, and that's why he right now is a potential trade candidate. If the Lakers want 3-and-D presence, offering up Alfonso McKinney wouldn't be a bad deal. A 1-for-1 deal of young players that still want to solidify their NBA role, but the Lakers get a more established defensive player. If you watch David Nwaba plays, he actually hustles a lot. He puts 110%, and that's why I believe this wouldn't be a bad, super small, tiny deal. And the last player on this list is the Lakers going for Mo Bamba of the Orlando Magic. And honestly, this has been a very popular rumor for some time now because the Lakers need defensive, interior, rim protecting depth. In my opinion, I believe Hassan Whiteside is the best available target, but if somehow you don't get Hassan Whiteside and Mo Bamba becomes available, I believe this also would be a great idea. When talking about the Orlando Magic right now, the biggest talks about them when it comes to Mo Bamba is, are they going to trade Vucevic or get rid of him and make Mo Bamba their future center? This has been a topic for some time now, but from what we're seeing, Vucevic is their center going forward for the next upcoming 3 years. And if Mo Bamba knows that he's not the future of the Orlando Magic, he might want a new opportunity for an NBA team to play in the spotlight and potentially get another new contract. Mo Bamba is known for his rim protecting, and that's why this scenario makes a lot of sense. If the Lakers can offer up Tyler Horton-Tucker and their 2023 second round pick in exchange for Mo Bamba, I believe this will be a deal Orlando would accept because they actually need some guard depth right now with Markelle Fultz out. The Orlando Magic are a borderline playoff team, and getting a future star of THT wouldn't be a bad idea, trading away a player that's not in their future works. On the Lakers' perspective, they'll keep Marc Gasol and Montrezl Harrell there as their center, and having a young shot blocker of Mo Bamba who wants to prove himself and play at 100%, that would be great for the depth, especially defensively for the Lakers. So this wraps up my video for today, guys, on 5 realistic trades that I believe could happen if the Lakers end up trading for a role player. What's most important to me is one of your thoughts. Do these trades make sense? Are these realistic? Put all your thoughts in the comment section down below. But other than that, take it easy, God bless, and I'll see you all next time on Easy Buckets. Woo!